I'm Eric Arneson. I'm going to help you bring your landscapes to life. For this video, I'm going to teach you how to draw a wood deck. So we're going to use our scale bar to draw out the length of the deck. We're just going to draw a portion of it at 10 feet. So I put a piece of tape here on my 1/4 inch equals a foot, just to make it convenient so when I'm looking for my scale, I don't lose it. So there's our 10-foot deck. And I'm going to use my parallel glider to draw in the adjacent sides so I get them nice and parallel and perpendicular. This is a great tool to use because it allows you to be away from a drafting table but still draft very accurately. That's why I use the Alvin drafting parallel glider. So next thing I'm going to do is draw my wood decking in for each piece, which will be 6-inch pieces of wood. I'm going to draw with each little notch here on the 1/4 inch equals a foot scale. So I'm going to take my parallel glider and draw in each notch, each piece of wood here on the wood deck. So you want to keep some pressure on the parallel glider to make sure that it doesn't slip. Okay, so now that we have that all drawn in pencil, we can bring in our drafting pen. And if you're like me and you like to draft in ink, you might notice that when you're using a straight edge with when it's flush with the paper, that you're gonna get some streaking. So if you notice here, we have some streaking. So one way to get around that is to use an object like a penny. And you just take that and you get a piece of tape. And you're gonna place that on your parallel glider on the bottom. And what this does is it will elevate the edge of this plastic straight edge so that you can draw a nice clean line without worrying about it ever smudging. I'm going to draw in the boundary and then start to draw in the wood decking. So I have a nice wood decking with our 6-inch piece of wood. Now we can bring in our markers to render it. So I like to have either 4 or 3 markers to create a nice wood tone and wood texture. And what you're going to want to do is take the lightest tone, which in this case is banana. I like the warm, it depends on what kind of wood you're rendering. I like my woods to have a little bit of a warm tone, so somewhat of a tropical hardwood. I'm just going to bring it through and go with the grain. You're always going to want to go with the grain of the wood, never against, because you want to reinforce this. So now we're going to take our mid-tone, we're going to bring that through and not completely fill in, but just go randomly and go in streaks. And you can use your nib to fill in each 6-inch piece of wood. And what you want to do is you want to create a series of contrast between each piece of wood. So you want the dark against the light wherever possible. This creates a nice effect. So now we have our mid-tone. We're going to use sepia as our dark, semi-dark tone. We're going to use the nib to create some kind of wood grain effect. Just go through randomly and take our darkest tone, which is burnt umber, and do the same thing, but a little bit less of it. This one is really potent. And sometimes what I like to do is add some wood grain texture even with a black pen. And this can be done just by creating a series of arching, irregular lines, and then some circles which represent the knots in the wood, kind of give it some character. So there we have a nice wood grain on there, and it's a very nice effect for your plan drawings. You can even use this in interior design plans. So I hope this helped with your design graphics, and thank you for watching. Thanks for joining me, and for more of the process, please check out our videos.